Alright, today we're going to be starting an absolutely new mod called Borderlands 2 Recoded. This is a mod that was made by someone who used to play a lot of Borderlands and stuff on YouTube and stuff back in the day, and they've recently come back to the community. They have made a mod. They had some help from the Azurlands mod dev. They've also had help from another friend who also streams. I'll leave everybody in the description of the next couple videos. But basically, this is a brand new overhaul. This thing is probably huge. It's all characters reworked, all items reworked. Maybe one or two is left alone. I don't know about like non-uniques. I don't know about them. But big, big mod, big brand new mod. It's got a lot of changes. It's got so many changes. Kill skill duration has been increased. XP scaling has been increased or nerfed if you're too high of level or too low level compared to a mob, which was also made to combat early XP farms, which were kind of OP to be fair. XP gains are increased globally. BA rank does not provide buffs, but it just says funny stuff. Respecking your character is free. Audio bug fixes for several in-game problems that I admittedly run BL2 fix to fix, so there will be overlap there. I probably will disable BL2 fix eventually, but I really like its skips and stuff, so I might keep it on, we'll see. Status effect stuff. All elemental damage types have slightly modified damage number colors, darker for base damage, lighter for status. Non-elemental damage deals 1 times to flesh, 0.7 to armor, and 0.8 to shield. Non-elemental crit hits deal an additional 30% to compensate for this. Explosive deals 1 times to flesh, armor, and shield. Explosive damage is the best standard type, but provides no additional status effects. Fire deals neutral to flesh, less to armor and shield. Also, while affected with a fire dot, you deal 35% less damage of all types, so enemies who are burning are going to hurt less. Corrosive deals most damage to armor. While afflicted with a corrosive dot, enemies receive 40% more damage from all sources, so this is more of like Borderlands 1 slag, effectively, is what corrosive has turned into. Shock damage, best against shield. While affected with a shock dot, enemies move 50% slower, fire 25% slower, reload 35% slower, and swap weapons 25% slower is for us. Slag deals reduced damage to flesh, armor, and shields, but now has dot. While affected by a dot, all 3 of the previous elemental effects mentioned will be applied. What? Wait. So if you apply slag to an enemy, it just applies every dot type? Am I reading that right? Okay. If that is true, that is disgusting. Status effect damage is more potent in UVHM, but the penalty is much harsher as a result. You can still kill stuff with a mismatched elemental damage type, but it might take a little bit longer. I'm fine with this. Fight for your life changes. Health takes 10 seconds to rejuvenate in solo without any external factors, and 25 seconds in multiplayer. This is to compensate for new fight for your life changes. Okay. Revival time of teammates. Okay, so co-op stuff, don't worry. While down, deal 50% more damage. When you're revived, you get full shield and health back. That's cool. You can now go down up to 10 times before bleeding out instantly, but this is 10 times in 75 seconds. This gives you more chances to go down, especially in difficult fights, but you have to survive longer to clear this count. Okay, sure. Fight for your life movement speed has been increased. Pre-death recovery time. Don't know what this is, I'm going to be honest. Small delay has been added between death and destructing. Don't know why that's a thing. I'm just going to speed up in-game time to respawn faster, but okay, if that is what that is. New text when going to revive someone or when you revive somebody. No view drop when you go down, so you're not like shrunk down crouched, you're like normal height. Can now ADS and fight for your life, that's nice. You don't... It doesn't cost money to respawn. Okay, interesting. Animations in the game are faster. Some UI elements, including symbols on relics, class mods, and other stuff, have been changed. Loading screens will display higher rarity items, including legendaries, gemstones, purples. Cutscenes by default have been disabled. Um, Large corpses despawn faster. All currencies and ammo will be automatically picked up when you walk near them. Halloween candies and whisk can now be picked up and saved for later. This stops the auto-consuming function of them as well. When using candy, it will now be tracked on the HUD with a custom icon. So you could go to Halloween DLC, get up a bunch of candy, and then come back to base game. Minecraft Easter egg blocks in Caustic Cavern can be shot and destroyed. Shot to be destroyed and have decreased health. Okay, interesting. Base ammo capacity has been greatly increased, and you get more ammo per STU purchased, so bigger reserves. Iridium stacks in Sanctuary DLC can be auto picked up if you just hold X to pick up in mass, thank goodness. Less dumb visuals is in this mod, so less Nova Shield pollution, eye blinding, out my eye stuff. Digipeak spawns have been sped up by 100% so that enemies spawn faster. Fast travel changes. One-way fast travels are now two ways, so you can travel back and forth to previously unfast travelable fast travels, so that's good. Fast travel entry portal has been disabled, so you spawn in quicker. That's nice. Fast travel can be sorted by standard order or alphabetical. Okay. When entering a transition door or fast traveling multiplayer, there's no longer a 5-second delay. The delay is still roughly 1 second, but it's faster. Okay. There's just a lot. There's a lot of loot changes. There's bosses drop more stuff. Tiny Tina class mods are now global. That's cool. White class mods no longer drop, so all class mods at least boost one skill. Beating a raid boss for the first time rewards a legendary from Quest, but Cyan now only drops rare, very rare gemstones, E-Techs, and legendaries. Michael will give you purples and legendaries. Tipping Moxie gives one of 6 items. Okay. All legendaries are available to world drop, as well as having dedicated sources and having a higher weighted drop chance. Most boss loot pools have been changed, and several unique enemies have drops added to them. There is a checklist you can actually use. It will be in the Discord in the description, or in the Nexus Mods page in the description. Vendors have been changed. Chests have been changed. Level locked loot exists now, which like doesn't matter to me. I'm just gonna play the game. Level 50 unlocks gemstone legendaries, hybrids, and legendary class mods. Level 80 unlocks the Seraph skin. So this will just be kind of sick. This will just probably feel good. All characters have more air control. All characters have modified movement speed. Sal and Krieg move slower. Axon moves at normal speed. Maya and Gage move slightly faster, and Zero the fastest. Hopefully not slower than base game movement speed, though. We're playing Krieg today, so I guess we'll find out how that feels. Class names have been changed for all the Vault Hunters. Boosted characters now spawn at level 50 with UVHM available, so if you want to run a boosted, you could do that. Melee changes. Maya's melee attack has increased range and applies slag. Zero's has a wider arc, attacks 2.5 times faster, and deals corrosive. Axon's melee now flinches enemies and deals explosive. Krieg deals 3 melee hits. Gauges with claws have a wider arc and deal shock damage. And then just a lot of stuff for character changes, a lot of stuff for enemy changes, and some stuff for raid bosses as well. There are 3 new mini raid bosses: Saturn, Hurley, and Sully. These 3 all have greatly increased health pools and just deal more damage and have better drops, so that might suck. We'll see how that turns out. And then each raid boss has had a minor tune. We'll worry about that later. Quest changes, we'll worry about that later. Gear changes, we'll worry about. There's just a lot of stuff. We'll just worry about it later. I want to get into the mod. This is enough to go off of. We're just going to get into things. I was also previously under the belief that I was being given a private beta version of the mod. I am not. This is going to be public. It'll also be in the description. It is available today. Okay, so rereading the slag section, it seems like slag just applies the debuffs of the previous 3 effects and not actually them. So if I slag a guy, it's not gonna light him on every element known to man, which is unfortunate because that would have been hilarious, but also very OP, so I understand why they didn't do that. But okay, so it still applies just a bunch of debuff to the dudes that we shoot. So like slag is still probably the better debuffing tool, I would imagine. But like cool still. Okay, I was told to start the mod from the intro for a reason. If we look at the characters, they should read a little bit different. So we have Axon the Commando, which seems pretty normal. Zero the Stalker. Blend into the darkness, distract your foes, and shred them with your weaponry. Okay. Maya the Iridian. Harness the true power of the Iridians. Salvador the Pistolero. Uh, just don't stop firing and enemies will disappear. Krieg the Maniac instead of the Psycho. Go on a Buzzaxe rampage at will. Gauge the Necromancer. Raise the robotic undead as minions to fight for you. Yes, we are starting with Krieg, but apparently one of the helpers for the mod, uh, Dale, has personally tuned the Maya, and so I want to try that second after we are done with our Krieg playthrough. And then Gauge is literally Necromancer Gauge from the Necromancer Gauge mod, tuned to this mod pack, but it is Necromancer Gauge. So I want to play it. That will be our third playthrough. Absolutely, that will happen. We're starting with Krieg though, because apparently Krieg is the mod dev's personal choice. So I gotta try it, especially with the extended kill skill duration. I imagine it's gonna be kind of silly. Okay, so right off the bat, we can notice that we have all of our weapon slots automatically. This is very nice. I do greatly appreciate this. And also, Atlas is a manufacturer in this mod. So we actually have Atlas type weapons. That should be pretty cool. And then also, the Skyrocket is replaced with the Grounded Sapper. It might just be the Sapper, although Sapper sounds pretty shock to me, so we'll see how that goes. And then Friendship is Magic. Grants a bunch of gun buffs for your friends. You better hope they're wearing one of these too. Okay, that doesn't sound too useful to me, so we'll just stow that away. Also kind of rest in peace to Skyrocket, but it is what it is. Alright, so Buzzaxe Rampage. Buzzaxe Rampage, while active, Bloodlust decays slower, and you can switch between doing it or not at any time. So, yes, toggleable Buzzaxe. That's legitimately what it is. We can swap it on or off whenever we want. Kind of nice. Could be used to get a melee kill to get buffs for other stuff if we still have that in this mod. Over here in left tree, we have Bloodlust. Taking damage from an enemy or damaging an enemy with melee damage grants a stack of Bloodlust. Increases your melee damage for each stack of Bloodlust you have. Bloodlust stacks decay after not dealing any damage for 10 seconds. That's pretty generous, okay. Polycythemia. Polycythemia increases your max health for each stack of Bloodlust you have. Vague, I like it. I wish it had a percent. Maybe it does whenever we get points in it. Hemochromatosis increases your damage resistance during Buzzaxe for each stack of Bloodlust you have. Additionally, killing an enemy during Buzzaxe grants an extra stack of Bloodlust. Or extra stacks. Okay. Rapid Circulation. Increase your movement speed during Buzzaxe Rampage for each stack of Bloodlust you have. Okay. Blood-Soaked Blade increases melee damage. This is further increased if your shield is broken. Vampirism. While in Buzzaxe Rampage, you gain lifesteal. Explosive Hemorrhage. Killing an enemy with melee damage increases grenade damage for each stack of Bloodlust you have. Additionally, grants extra stacks of Bloodlust. Interesting. Clot Factor increases your damage resistance. This is further increased when your shield is down. All I see is red. Increases max health and melee damage for each stack of Bloodlust you have. You can now be damaged by teammates, though. Okay, fair. Shut up. Game Changer greatly increases melee damage. When performing a melee attack, there is a chance you will hit yourself. It's very reduced compared to normal STV, so okay. My inner voice cares. game changer. You can instantly revive down teammates. Doing so will put yourself into fight for your life. Increases fight for your life duration for each stack of bloodlust you have. Okay. Now you've made me angry. Activating BuzzX Rampage. Okay, so this is Release the Beast with the 50% DR and 250% melee damage. Okay, cool. Middle tree. Going apeshit, taking health damage adds a stack of apeshit, increasing explosive damage for each stack of apeshit you have. Stacks gradually decay over time, max stacks of 100. I know I'm going to be swearing a lot during this playthrough, so apologies for people who are not used to that, but you know, it is what it is. Never stop the killing. Killing an enemy increases your weapon swap speed and reload speed for each stack of apeshit you have. Weapon swap speed 0.2% per stack, reload speed 0.2% per stack. Explosive tipped rounds, kill skill. Killing an enemy with a bullet increases grenade and rocket damage for each stack of apeshit you have. Enemies killed this way have a greater chance of dropping grenade ammo. Interesting. Round tipped explosives. Okay, explosive tipped rounds, round tipped explosives. Got it. Killing an enemy with a grenade or rocket increases gun damage for each stack of apeshit you have. Okay. So, like, if you just used a Torg, you could just cycle these back and forth kind of pretty passively, just based on whether or not you hit direct or not sometimes. Duct taped grenade mod. Your buzz axe now has dynamite attached to it. When thrown, it explodes on impact, dealing grenade damage. Okay. Martyrdom. Upon death, you drop a copy of your current nade. Enemies killed with this grenade grant double XP. Additionally increases grenade damage by 25% for you and your teammates. When all else fails, Fight for Your Life is replaced with When All Else Fails. During When All Else Fails, you pull out a bundle of dynamite. Okay, so this is dynamite. Getting a revive with this ability grants you increased movement speed and health regen for the remaining duration of Fight for Your Life, so that's pretty normal. Yeah, okay, so that's normal stuff there. Explosive Consequences increases explosive damage for you and your teammates. This bonus is further increased when in Fight for Your Life. That's a big increase in Fight for Your Life, by the way. I don't like downed effects, but cool. Drink the Juices. A percentage of overkill damage is returned to you as health. The lower your health, the higher the percentage. So, okay, sure, cool. Sanguine Detonation. Killing an enemy causes them to explode with an elemental nova, matching the element of the damage that killed them. Okay, so this is Blood Explosion. Nova damage is increased for each stack of Bloodlust you have. Sure. Okay, so that is reliant on having this, at the very least, compared to having Apeshit, which I'm surprised that it doesn't use Apeshit for itself since it's in the same tree, but fair. Additionally grants a health regen and damage resistance. Kinda cool. That's a lot of health regen, actually. Kinda nice. Right tree. Immolation. While you're on fire or damaging an enemy with incendiary damage, grants a stack of immolation, increases incendiary status effect damage and incendiary status effect chance for each stack that you have. Immolation stacks do not decay while you're on fire, max of 100 stacks. Scorching Swiftness. While on fire, get increased movement speed, fire rate, and reload speed. Chance to light yourself on fire when dotting an enemy, up to 10% per level. That's nice. Kill skill. Killing an enemy increases your incendiary status effect damage and incendiary status effect chance. Chance to light yourself on fire. Well-baked bullets increases gun damage for each stack of immolation you have. This is further increased while you're on fire. So do I get an extra 5% damage per level of, or per stack of immolation per level of the skill? Surely it's like a percent of this is applied. I'm assuming, because that would be insane. So yeah, it's probably a percent of this. All-consuming arson. Melee attacks, explosive damage, grenades, and rockets have a chance to deal bonus fire damage. This is a guaranteed chance while you are on fire. Additionally grants health regen. Oh, that's pretty nice. Okay, that's really aggressive health regen by the way that reads. Interesting. Made of clay. All damage received is reduced while you're on fire. Okay, 10% per level. It's kind of nice. Heartwarmer. Percentage of fire status effect damage done to enemies heals you. Okay, elemental empathy. Reignition Complex increases the duration of all incendiary status effects on you. Each time you apply a fire dot to an enemy, there is a chance another fire dot will be applied after a short time that can spread to other enemies. You also gain increased fire damage resistance. Interesting. Prince of Justice. While you're on fire, taking damage from enemies will spawn homing balls of fire that seek out the attacker and explode on impact. Fireballs can only trigger once per second. Additionally grants 5% health regen and 10% fire dot damage. Okay. Habanero halitosis. Pressing your melee button causes you to breathe fire in a cone in front of you. This breath can gain bloodlust and immolation stacks. Additionally grants health regen, cooldown of 16 seconds, health regen 90%. Okay. So this is a lot. I don't know how equipment's gonna feel, so we might roll melee early until we get shiny objects, and then we might just roll into, I don't even know. Everything just looks good. Like, right tree, even just with a couple points in it, seems like it would do a ton of damage. I'm assuming this is only the percent based off of the amount of stacks we have is how much that would buff this. But like, still, the melee looks good, middle tree looks fine, right tree looks really good. So let's just walk forward for a little bit, get a feel for things, maybe level up a little bit. Kind of gross. Also, we're not supposed to get XP early. Like, the Skags from DigiPeak should not reward XP at all, but Tina DLC is still right there. So we could commit a little bit of crime. Also, I feel almost vanilla movement speed. I think I might be moving a little slower. If I am moving a little bit slower, not a fan of that. But I've been playing too many mods recently, so I don't know how fast I'm moving right now. And the speedometer mod has been broken for a generation now. So I just don't know. Claptrappies Ziphos. What? Okay, this is a thing. We have this now. Cool. Ooh. The skin looks kind of nice. So, Hyperions might have their fancy red skins back from BL1. Atlas uses Vladov as a base? Is Atlas the new Vladov? It looks like it. Was that what happened? What? Right. Okay, we're gonna start seeing legendaries in like every other vendor, by the way. Apparently this is just a thing in this mod. So hold on to your cash and make sure you farm, because you could just end up buying some stuff. Interesting. Oh, that looks nice. Ooh, that one looks nice. That's a dark red. Ooh, I want to see an SMG with that, because some of these are very nice. Okay, yeah. Atlas does seem to replace Vladov. I don't know if I'm sad about that. It feels odd, I guess, but like not in a bad way. But okay. This is so many class mods. Okay, so you'll always have options in your vendors. Not a problem at all. Would not complain about that. Ooh, okay. I reloaded the vendor again. We might see a little bit of overlap with Azurlands on some stuff. Potentially, maybe. But, ooh, look at that. Oh, and it's shiny. I'm a sucker for shiny. They already know. I could just sit here and reload these all day and just look at them. Very, very cool. Hey, look. The legendary Krieg class mod that I can't afford. Man, surely we'll come across more. So I'm not too worried about it, but man. Okay. Okay, we're gonna try very carefully not trigger any dudes. But also not get blown up. We've triggered one dude. Okay. Does Krieg take normal knockback? Or does he get extra knockback in this mod? I just had the jump height for it, I guess. Okay, cool. I noticed a little bump there, I think. Alright, try to just get Mr. Bony Pants to chase us, which is going to be a little hard. There we go. We get a rock golem over here. We try to break line of sight with them both so that they leave me alone and target each other. And they don't do that, and they both try to fight me. Alright. Well, this might take a second, but it's no problem. Okay, so yeah, while they're duking it out, I'm just gonna get up here towards the door and get ready to leave. Looks like he's a little confused, though. Oh, come on. Hey, oh, that's a lot. Wow, that's a... Hold on. I need to go check that loot. He's distracted. I'm going in. Okay, Plasma Caster. That's a legendary. Okay, that's another legendary. Oh. Was that 2? Yes, that is 2. Okay. Well, we'll just hold on to those. Yeah, that might be a little bit much in terms of drop rates. I personally prefer, like, the 10%, like, dedicated thing, but, like, you know, whatever. Might be a bit much. Ooh, Krieg has the Adventurer class mod, which gives max health, movement speed, and reload speed. Ooh, oh no. Oh, I need to afford this. Hold on. How long is the timer? I'm not gonna be able to. I can't afford it no matter what I do. It's okay. Maybe it's a common roll. Wait, why am I stacking blood? Wait. I'm level 3. I don't have Bloodlust stacking anything yet. I guess that Bloodlust stacks decay quickly without the skill spec. So, interesting. Also, I'm actually, like, winning this fight. I know he's just a level 30 dude, but, like, it's kind of funny. Alright, we are now level 5. We have the power to run. Yippee. Let's run. Wait, can I chain stun you? Let's go. Hold on. New bully farm discovered. Got him. It gave XP. Wait a minute, it gave XP. Hold on. Okay, that guy doesn't stagger. I gotta go. Oh my god, he's dead. Oh, these are 1-point skills. Does that mean I can get all 3 skill tree, like, capstones? I would assume so. Well, I want to test this, like, almost immediately. So, interesting. Well, now it's really tempting to just 1 point every first row skill, since they are only 1 point. It's very extremely cost effective to do. I mean, they don't do much by themselves, but, like, status effect damage and chance, extra explosive damage, which it doesn't state how much extra, but, like, extra, I guess. Increases melee. So, like, you know, just 1 point for all that? Maybe. How long are load screens in this mod? Oh, that's not bad at all. Okay, cool. It's not like Fight for Your Lifelines level of slow. Also level 7. Bloodlust, I guess. What are you? Is this the Stormfront? No. We'll find out. I feel like it's not going to be hard to keep money in this mod, just based on how those drop rates were with Mr. Bony Pants guy. I just have to imagine it's going to feel fine. Hey, why is it orange? Why are you orange? Interesting, okay. Is it because it has dove prefix, or is it just the gemstone? I assumed it's just because it's a gemstone. But like, yeah, maybe dove, I guess. S&S munitions. Okay, so there is an S&S manufacturer in this mod. I don't know. It's Wait. Indomitable strategist. That... that hurt to read. Okay. So we got a little bit of goofing around in this mod. I respect it. Okay. Okay. Level 7, almost level 8 is pretty good. We'll just go ahead and take that and get a move on. Whoa. Brimful of bullets, +3, +3, +3. Agreed. Okay. Wait, did I just see bread? Bread. Oh, we have boner fart named Bullymongs, of course, of course. Okay, let's go ahead and test out that sapper. Because we just start the game with it. Is it the Kiss of Death? That was a lot more noises than I was anticipating. Yeah, yeah, it does this. Okay. I wasn't ready. That was loud. Hello, sir. Goodbye, sir. Is that a legendary again? And a purple. 2 purples. Desperado. Oh. Oh. Oh, wait, is this... Is that a fresh impact? Yeah, those are fresh impacts. Okay, so it's 3? Yeah, it's 3. Okay. That's kind of neat. Okay, I have been told that there is a chance that the drop rates are not supposed to be this high. This might have just been oopsie daisy from the testing era of the mod. Also, this looks sick. This looks nice. Like the actual revolver, what do you call that? But it just looks good. I just like this, okay? That's all I can really say about it. I like it. We also did pick up a slagnade. So, hey, do slagnade stuff. Ow. Okay, so if slag still does, like, what corrosive does, but also does more debuffs, I might as well just run slag, right? That's how I feel right now. Either way, cool. This is silly. I didn't notice the singularity effect earlier. That's so silly. Here I was worried about not having a skyrocket early game. I mean, this won't scale with us, so like, darn, I'll actually have to go farm equipment. But, jeez. Also, there's no reason to run cooldowns on Krieg. You either Krieg or you don't Krieg. These are the 2 options. This is an SMG with 2 dove parts. Wait, does that do butcher in this mod, or does that do infinite ammo? Infinite ammo SMG, boys. Wait a minute. Wait a minute. Hold on. Okay. So, immediately, let's test well-baked bullets. Because there's no way this does what it reads like it does. It has to be like a % of what it does, right? First shot, 11. 12. Well, hold on. Well, hold on. Wait, that is like double damage already. And it's about right. Well, hold on. Wait. Does this actually do what? This is a Deadly Bloom. Deadly Bloom. Okay, so theoretically, hypothetically, this thing actually does exactly what it says it does. An extra 5% damage per stack per level. An extra 10% while on fire per stack per level. That's disgusting if true. And I hope I find a class mod that buffs that. We will see. Okay, so I just need more well-baked OK Boomer. Why is there a Boomer class mod? Grenade capacity, explosive damage, and grenade damage. I have to grab you to see the plus to skill. It gives explosive hemorrhage. Killing an enemy with melee damage increases grenade. Okay. Grenade buffs gun and gun buffs grenade. Sure. Well, that's something. Also, yeah, you could totally just sit here and farm these out for a little while if you wanted to. Discharger. Launches shock homing spikes when damage... It's a shock impaler. Okay, shock impaler, sure. We could get a legendary class mod already. Just putting that out there. That's an option. Oh, Mollywan Loyalist buffs well-baked bullets. Oh, buddy. Hold on. I mean, this is only +1 right now, but like... ooh, buffing all of these. I could just 1.1 point. We'll see how that goes. Oh, okay, SNS is Bandit. I'd probably just go ahead and revert it back to saying it buffs Bandit then. Because that could confuse people. Okay. So we have a +2 well-baked bullets. We have a Deadly Bloom. We have 20% gun damage per level per stack, or 20% gun damage per stack of immolation. Hold on. Wait a minute. So within like 5 shots, we should be dealing double damage on this guy, right? Okay, it's not doing as insane of work as it's supposed, or as expected, I guess. Not supposed to. Okay, so it's not a true percent per stack. Probably. Or else this would be insane. I am Greg the Sicko. Fear me. Ooh. Eh? Ooh. Okay, rocket prefix makes it shoot real slow, but do a lot of damage, to be fair. What? Why are you not... What? Oh, it's slowly draining the reserve. Okay. So, if I could find a way to increase the mag while I'm holding it so I could multi-shot it, I could shoot it faster than it can drain bullets, and then I could just dump mag super hard. Interesting way to keep this balanced. Okay, we're just gonna go raw fire damage for this fight against these fleshy boys. I mean, like, you know... The funny hold left click and walk up to the boss playstyle is pretty good. A fuse. What are you? Okay. I mean, it rolled a melee. Oh, it rolled a law accessory. So it does 100% melee, sure. Oh, and it shoots toward projectiles. Ooh, that's cursed. Oh, and it's dove, so it's infinite ammo. Ooh, that's cursed. Wow, okay. Interesting. Okay, so Dove truly does Dove stuff in this mod, so you just need one accessory of that, and then just roll whatever else you want after. Oh no, the damage is good. Oh, and this is without any stacks of apeshit or anything at all. And Nuclear Bloom, or sorry, Deadly Bloom, farms. Okay. Oh, I'm getting so many items. Oh my goodness. Now, I'm pretty sure double anarchies exist in this mod, and I don't know how that interacts with dove prefixes, but that could theoretically be a thing we bump into. Infinite ammo funny guns later. Hopefully, fingers crossed. My eyes. You know what? Go ahead and down me. Let's just hit him with another Nova. Oh, got one of them. Okay, so, yeah, this could be because we're in normal mode, and this might be balanced around UVHM. But this thing could be kind of funny with the middle tree. At least a little bit. So maybe 1 point here soon, so that we can just get the extra damage for it. Because, like, yeah, why not? Hello, sir. Just you wait. Definitely the SMG pulled this fight. Definitely not the nuclear... Was that 2? Hold on. Immolator. It rolled double stinger, so... My goodness. Okay. Hold on. What else did we get? Another Immolator. Hold on. It does slag. It does slag on top of fire. Well, I was enjoying my infinite ammo gun, but, this exists. And I didn't do mobbing with my nade because I just got this thing. Hold on. This is ridiculous. Brimstone. Ooh. Breath of Terra. On top of just a normal Vladov nade. Okay. Yeah, absolutely. We love Fire Krieg start early. This is cool. Okay, so let's just say hypothetically, right? You had a stinger with a dove. Does this do what I want it to? Yes. So, hypothetically, if you wanted to farm this out, you could get this. You could just have funny infinite... I don't want to farm this. Oh, I hate that I want to farm that because it's so out of the way, but like, oof. Wait, is it doing Chilean things where it keeps me on fire? If this is just Chilean but warm, I'm down. I am legally obligated to farm Flint now. Drop it. Dove? Stinger. Dove? stinger. Okay. Did I just see an assault rifle? Oh. Hold on, these are new. Wait, to grab that. Huh? Wait. Covering fire. So it does corrosive. Just keep shooting, though. Oh, hey, dove. Perfect. I'll put that on. Okay, this one does non-element. This one does corrosive. Okay, so it can roll anything? What do you do? Is this really slow because of Mauler prefix? It probably is. Hold on, let's put on a different one. Interesting. This is big gun. Big long shoot. I'm kind of down with this. I mean, yeah, our ammo reserve's going down really fast, but like... I'm kind of here for it. Oh, we got another one. What? Okay, this one's actually maintaining reserve a lot better. Okay. So, every time it shoots, it puts one back in the stockpile to try to counteract the ammo drain? So if you had a high fire rate character, you could probably counter it entirely and regen? Okay, yeah, sure. And yeah, bandit weapons seem to pull from reserve entirely. But yeah, I mean, even 1 or 2 points into Scorching Swiftness, and we could probably counter that, no problem. That's kind of neat. And also, you could theoretically roll this in fire. So, I'm gonna use this for right now, though. That's a confetti. What? What do you do? Oh. Does it deal self? Doesn't seem to. Okay, that's something. You could use that. Yeah, I will go ahead and say, having such copious amounts of legendaries super early, kind of strong. Kind of devalues anything lower than a legendary, because, like, why would I use anything else if I knew around the corner is going to be a legendary in, like, 2 minutes? But is pretty funny, and to be fair, it looks like a lot of these non-legendaries keep up. This is a gemstone, to be fair, but, like, you know, it looks like they actually keep up still. But just the years of conditioning to use funny legendary and funny unique items just makes the brain want to go that way. To be fair, yeah, this mod could be balanced around UVHM. This could very much be a thing. But I'm level 9, and I feel like I could take on Terra. Basically, is how I feel equipment-wise right now, already. Like, if I were level 50 and I had this, no doubt, in my mind. It just kind of is how it feels. What are you? Cluster? Are you my rocket jumper? Oh. Oh, wait. Oh. 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 Never mind. Get clustered. It is silly. To be fair, that is pretty silly. So, we've already covered a lot today. I want to go ahead and do a little bit of testing with the target dummy, though. So, let's get in there. And then I am curious about what Savage Elite drops, because apparently it's definitely not the Herald, from what I've been told. So, I gotta know. Vault Key. Menage a Trois. And Exclusion Zone. Okay. The variety is strong in the vendors. I'm just gonna put that out there. What is... It's a slow burst fire? It's a slow burst fire. Exclusion zone. What? What? B shield? Question mark? Okay. And then the vault key. Yeah. The real vault key is the friends we made along the way. Amen. Okay, so, oh my goodness, you get 3 grenades per level of SDU? You get 12 launcher? Oh, okay, Yes, yeah, I just want to upgrade everything, because everything is such a blanket, massive increase. 30 sniper. 360 shotgun, oh, yes, just like all of it. Yeah, I'm just gonna evenly buy everything, because we don't know what we're gonna run into. I might have bought rocket twice, but it doesn't matter. Okay, this is insane. This is ridiculous. It's fine. Yo, is that the fabled cruisin' quotation mark shield? This is a vanilla thing. Quotation. Let's go. Okay, so I just want to test in a controlled environment using well-baked bullets. This thing theoretically says 20% damage per level, or per stack. So at no stacks, we did 5 damage. The game just choked a little bit, don't worry about it. Okay, so at max stacks, we're dealing 28 impact. We're actually dealing more on our dot than we are our impact. Is that just a thing with this? It is just a thing with this. Okay, so yeah, we're going from 5 damage to 28 damage. That's not the insanity I thought it was gonna be. Actually, is it the insanity I thought it was gonna be? I guess it is. So, yeah, this is... That's what I thought that was gonna be like, apparently. That's pretty cool. All-consuming arson would probably put a point into next. I don't know if this is a 1-point skill. I would imagine it's not, but that's still an insane amount of fire damage chance and health regen just for every other, well, explosives and melees and nades and rockets. Wait, nades? So I could just get like a slag, it doesn't exist anymore, but hypothetically, the crossfire, slag crossfire, apply slag, applies fire, stacks us up immolation at the same time. That could be funny, but theoretically. I will keep that in mind. Okay. Yeah. This could be fun. And to be fair, all of our damage from right tree is kind of coming from this skill in terms of impact. Like, everything else is kind of just burn related, burn and burn accessories. But that's pretty strong for being a second row skill. And that's a lot of damage numbers coming off of one guy. Very interesting. Oh. Wait. 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 Wait, wait, wait. Extra damage. And damage reduction. Oh. Toast. Toast. Well, bread, but toast. Okay. Huh. That'll be fun. Okay. So, he just killed... Okay, I thought that dropped E-Tech. Okay, we didn't get a drop first try. That's good. Cool. What? What? Enrapture? Pyro Lance. Anything else that I need to know about? Hornet's Nest. Anything else I need to know about? No? Okay. What? I'm gonna get drops from here before there. So the Lance. Atlas, so flat off. It shoots fireballs. It shoots them kind of inaccurately, and damage seems fine. Okay. Ow. Yeah, damage seems good. Okay. What is, what are you in Rapture? You have E-Tech stuff, but you're not E-Tech? Oh, and the laser's gone. Interesting. It does explosive. Oh, and it does it really well. Very ammo thirsty. We're gonna get all-consuming arson soon, which will give us a chance to deal fire damage on all explosive damage. Huh. Also, it has a Moxie mag on it. Does it give lifesteal? I don't think it does, but like, you know, there's a chance it does. Hornet? Sorry, Hornet's Nest. Oh, yeah. That's cool. That's sick. Okay, I like that. That's so cool. We're keeping that on. Alright, well, there we go. Fear me. Get him. Bully him. Yeah. Wow, that's actually really strong. Oh my god. Wait, can I? Wait, hold on. Killing an enemy with a bullet increases grenade and rocket and has a chance to drop nades. Okay, maybe. Rocket. Shotgun rocket? Knockback? Kind of knockback? Hold on. Wait a minute. Fleetfoot. Another cluster. Don't need it. I save quit so that I could go buy a Vladov shield to try to rocket jump with our shotgun. But, I mean, I'm gonna blow myself up, let's be real. I don't think I get much knockback on Krieg. I'll just blame it on that. But, that'd be funny if you could do that. Okay, but yeah, this is cool. It's like a early game, honestly, better Carnage. It's just shooting like normal bandit launcher shots, though, based on the way they're kind of just doing what they want to. Because this feels like shooting a bada boom, but it's just this. Okay. Cool. And then Fleetfoot. Fleetfoot makes me run fast, doesn't it? Yep, Fleetfoot makes me run fast. Does it do everything else fast? That burst fire is odd. And we rolled it, Dove. Okay, so we just get good movement speed and we get infinite ammo slag pistol out of this, which it could roll other stuff probably, but you know, this is what we got, so cool. Sure. You know what? Let's re-roll vendors one more time before we stop for the day. Who knows? Maybe we'll just get something even more stupid. Also, let me swap my nuclear bloom back on. Okay. 2 legendary allegiance comms. Nothing else from there. Nothing from there. Adaptation. What do you do? Are you just matching element sniper? Because it says non-element, but I bet if I hit a guy, it'll do fire. Hold on. Oh. Okay, the projectile's a little slow. Nope, that's non-element. You ever deal so much damage that it just insta-gives a mob? Because, like, you know, that's a function in this game. Huh. Okay, so just really high damage sniper? That seems to be infinite ammo. Did I roll Dove on this? It can roll Dove. Everything can roll Dove. It's good for the skin, I guess. Okay, well. That's pretty cool. We just shoot an interesting little laser projectile that's kind of slow, but also just farms dudes. Sure. Well, I would love to sit here and discuss every other thing we find again, but I think I should stop somewhere. We've already received a lot of information. Let's be honest, like, we've read over the patch notes, we read over the character skill tree, We're already hypothesizing the insanity of well-baked bullets potentially rolling into round-tipped and explosive-tipped, plus all-consuming arson. Like, honestly, if I weren't so interested in the rest of this tree, I would say get this, and then just roll over here. Which, like, now that I say that, I kind of want to do that anyway. But, like, so much of the rest of this tree exists. I guess we're in early game, so, like, maybe I don't need survivability yet, and I could just roll 1 point here and then just start getting our damage on. But, like, oh my goodness, at the same time, I don't know. We'll just kind of have to see how we play this one out, because this is going to be quite the something. Day one.